Now we go to the US, and one of Donald Trump's main campaign promises was to repeal and replace the healthcare system brought in by his predecessor. Well, today President Trump's replacement plan faces its first vote in the House of Representatives. The president's been pressing the flesh on Capitol Hill these last few days, trying to get Republicans to back the American Healthcare Act. Can the self-declared deal-maker-in-chief pull it off? Steve Russell is a Republican congressman from Oklahoma. He's on Capitol Hill. He is voting with the president. Why are you supporting the president when potentially millions of people might be left uncovered, according to the opponents of any change here?
Well, if we don't reform this, actually there will be less people covered. We've seen exorbitant costs in my home state of Oklahoma, 76% increase in health care. We have a lot of people that are having to choose between their mortgage and food or their health care plan. Deductibles that are exceeding $12,000, $15,000, $25,000, $30,000 depending upon the size of their family. That's not health care, it's the illusion of health care. So taking no action, things will get materially worse, and that's why we're going to do what we will do today.
Do you think this is what the people where you represent and live, do you think this is what they wanted? Some people are saying that this is Obamacare light, that it doesn't go far enough.
Well, you know, people often will hit tags on things, but we have a procedural process in 3 phases. We will get the repeal. Dr. Price, who is the Health and Human Services Secretary, he will be able to have 1,400 different lines of authority that he can go back and revisit these things. It's not Obamacare light. It's actually putting health care back into the hands of doctors and the patients and the American people at large.
What are the chances of it passing? Because it only needs, just over 23 Republicans, I think, to not vote with this, and it won't go.
Well, you will always have a segment of people that are not happy unless they're unhappy or trying to find a way to get to know right away. Right now, the votes are shaping up. It will be a close thing, but we believe that we will be able to support the president and get it done.
Obviously, the healthcare legislation is very complex. Can you explain for an international audience what are the actual practical changes? Because, okay, people have complained about higher costs, but, we're all living in aging populations. Healthcare is expensive. Don't the Americans have to accept they've just got to pay for it?
Well, right now, the president in the State of the Union address, he laid out 5 key measures that would include the ability for people to have their tax credits, not tax penalties as we see now. There's no forced mandates. In the state of Oklahoma, they have one choice of an insurer. That will end. You will actually have competition. This will drive rates down. So as we uncouple the Affordable Care Act under President Obama, this will allow market competition more. There were the same concerns when we deregulated the airline industry or when we deregulated the telecom industry. Everybody said, oh, this is going to be awful, unsafe skies or exorbitant prices on our telephones, and just the opposite happened. And so we want to put it back to the free market. Right now it is government mandated health care, and while that may have different constructs in Europe, in the United States that's never been our tradition, and we're going to make sure that it doesn't become it.
Well, Congressman Steve Russell, thank you very much for your time there on Congress Hill. Capitol Hill, we appreciate it.
Our hearts and prayers go out to the people of UK during this time of crisis. God bless you.
Thank you very much indeed for those thoughts. I'm sure they're going to be appreciated here. Thank you.